Alrighty, y'all, welcome back to the channel. I just want to start out this video by saying thank you guys so much for the recent support on the Challenge Accepted series. We're going to keep going forward with that. Really excited to keep getting people involved. Good matches coming up. We're going to be uploading next week, so stay tuned for that. But today's video is super special because I am going to be diving into my swing from 2012 until now. So I remember in 2012, I took like my first swing video. I was just getting into golf. You guys do know my dad's a golf pro, so I had the right fundamentals. But man, when I was that age, it was ugly. Through impact, I was flipping. You guys will see, we will talk about it. But yeah, it's been a long journey to get my golf swing to where it is now. And hopefully this video can help you guys out. I'll show you common mistakes people make when they first start out. And we'll talk about that and see if we can help you guys out. But let's get right into this. It's not very pretty when we start out, so it's gonna be fun. All right, here we go. So I want to make it clear though, I'm going to show one swing video from each year. So it's going to go 2012 till now, 2022, which that will be 10 swing videos, okay? Let's get into the first one here. I have a really weird looking outfit on, but here we go. First swing video here, 2012. Let's roll that up on the screen. I would say, looking at that swing, the positions are not bad. Like, positions that I put the club in and stuff, like it's not too bad. But what you guys will notice is that I stand up so much through impact and like flip. Like I stand up and flip and I'm not rotating my body at all. That's because my club face is a little bit open on the takeaway, and at the top it's a little bit on the open side, so I have to kind of stand up and let my arms pass. So that's why you guys notice I go up on my toes. I remember when I was young, when I would go up on my toes and stuff, everybody would say how bad that is. But looking back at it, this is my one advice for just starting out and for people just starting out. If you're going up on your toes, I like that motion because that means you're using the ground for power. So when you're pushing up and sometimes going up on your toes, you're still using the ground for power. So when you're a young little kid, it's okay if your feet are jumping a little bit. That means you're athletic, you're moving. I don't want you to be flat-footed through impact. I like when people use the ground. But that is the first swing video, man. I got the orange, everything on. The swing's good, but it's not a swing that I love to look at, because it's, you know, when you're starting out, you got to start somewhere, but it's not too bad. Alrighty, let's move on to now 2013. This is in Florida. I remember, this is just crazy looking back at this. This is a 3-wood here. I'm out towards my toes. You guys will notice that. It's out towards my toes and a lot of flipping and jumping around. It's not very stable, my golf swing when I was that age. It's just out towards my toes here and a little bit on the flippy side. Not a bad move, I'm trying, I'm getting better. That's when I really started to take it a little bit more serious. I came down to Florida and I remember hitting on the range there and I got the bug for golf. I remember that. Not much to say. I mean, it's getting better. Let's move on to now 2014 here. Okay, guys, that swing is where my tempo got a little better. So if you guys look at this swing, you guys will notice the tempo's good. The tempo is solid in this swing. That is one thing I will say. Slow it down through impact. Oh my goodness, it's scoopy, flippy. There's no compression and rotating. That is one thing I will say that I struggled with more than anything, was rotating my body through the ball, and I still don't do it great. There could be a lot of reasons as to why I don't rotate great, but that swing, tempo's solid, just still really flippy. Alrighty, we're moving on here to 2015. This is a face-on video, so this is not down the line, but let's look at this. This is kind of pure, like, it's starting to get better. My dad was always my coach, but I remember I started to work with another swing coach on TrackMan and someone that had video, because my dad never uses like cameras to record swings. He's more by the eye. And so to get to that next level, I really think you need to look at your video on swing and start to break down and get really detailed. But this is right here when I started to look at my swing on video. Still not great through impact. I mean, I made it look okay. It's just not great, nothing special. 2015, I was not playing great, but this year, 2016, this swing right here, I will say this is the best year I had in junior golf. I played on the South Florida Tour and I never recorded a round in the 80s that entire year. And I played in probably 15 events of 2-day tournaments. So pretty good. That's kind of the year that I had like a 73 scoring average. But even there, my swing, it blows my mind to think with that swing in 2016 that I was able to shoot the scores I did. It is so loose and so, like, the follow through is late. It's not sequenced up. My body's not turning at all. It's all arms, but I was able to pull it off somehow. 2017 here, I will say, this swing video right here, one of my favorites ever. Positions are okay, still a little flippy through impact, but if you guys just watch that, that's when it starts to look a little bit better. I mean, my head was super still. I was rotating around my spine. I remember that. That was at Hammock Creek in Stewart, Florida, and that's where I used to grind a lot. But man, that's where it looks decent. That's where it starts to look a little bit more acceptable to me. Because like 2016, 2015, all those, I was real armsy. This is when it starts to get a little bit more acceptable, right around here. But now we're coming on to 2018. I'm playing in college here. This is a slow-mo video. Let's look at this. I remember this is right when I changed my grip to a little bit of a stronger position. That right there, I held my balance great. Everything was good. I was striping the driver at this time when I was swinging, but look, I mean, my hands are a little high at the top and it's just loose, but it worked. I was able to play a lot of good golf that year. I will say that was a really solid year. So moving on to 2019 here. This is when I played this is when I kind of made the transformation in college, because my freshman year I had like a 78 scoring average. The next year, sophomore year, I had like a 74.5. So it was right, I dropped it like 3 strokes, and I believe putting was a big aspect, but I really started to only hit draws. So I stopped trying to work the ball and just stick to one shot. And this is when I started to hit the draws. This swing looks good. It looks good. Like I keep watching this on repeat. Really good balance, took a good divot. Swing looks solid. This is when I was just playing better golf. I just remember it. I really strengthened my left hand. That's what I will say that changed my game a ton, is I started to really strengthen that left hand, because I used to have it weak and would be like super open through impact and try and flip the face to square it. I strengthened it, and what it did is it made me turn my body a little more. So if you guys are just getting into golf, this is one thing I will say right now. Make the mistake of having too strong of a grip and not too weak. The weak grips, they just tend to be harder on newer golfers to just square the face up. I mean, there are a lot of really good players with weak grips, but when you're starting out, make the mistake of having too strong of a grip than too weak, because with a strong grip, it teaches you to turn your body. I will say that. Solid swing there. Now let's move to 2019. This is a driver swing. This is when it just got better and better and better. I will say, like, I worked really hard on it, watched a lot of videos, really tried to get to that next level. This was a great year. Started to play some really good golf. Really good balance there. I was striping that driver almost the entire year. It was my old driver. But I love that swing, guys. Super good posture. I'm standing tall. And that's hitting a huge draw. It doesn't even look like it really probably on video like that, but I was working a nice big draw that entire season. Nice big huge slinging draws, and I could count on it. I will say that. But that's a solid little year there. Here we go. Let's move on to 2021. This was at one of the ranges I used to go to a lot, John Prince, and I was trying to hit a little bit of a fade, but just the setup here was really solid. And I remember that was right before I went out to play Garrett and Micah in a stroke play event for a truck giveaway. I don't know if you guys have ever watched that video. If you guys do want to watch a great video, go on to GM Golf and search. We played a match for $250,000, and we were giving away a truck. It was a Ford Raptor, but this is right before that happened. I played good in that video, I will say. That was a really solid video. But my swing right here looks great. Posture's money, and I'm rotating through the ball, hitting a little bit of a fade. I can't complain. Cannot complain. That's 2021. Alrighty, guys, moving on to the final golf swing here. This was the other day. I was grinding hard. I'm really happy with this move. I must say, the other day I was hitting it great, and I feel like I'm getting better every day. Some days you obviously don't feel that in golf, but the positions here, really good. My exit through impact, my body's rotating better. To me, my golf swing's in a position now where it's the best it's ever been, but it's all gonna come down to how I can putt, and you guys know that. But this swing right here, I mean, I'm proud of it, I will say. I worked really hard for it, and it feels good right now. Got a lot of confidence off the tee. Love the new Mizuno driver, I will say that. But the positions here, takeaway's solid. And my downswing, I'm shallowing it out really good coming from the inside. And I'm hitting like a 2-yard draw. I'm not super far on the inside, but I'm still always hitting the inside of the ball, and that's a huge thing. Hitting like a couple yard draw, like I said, but happy with my game, happy with everything. And yeah, that about wraps it up, guys. Hopefully you did see progression from 2012 till now. It's just funny to look at how golf swings change, especially mine, but it's really common when you're young. When you look at a kid that is around the ages of 12, 13, 14 in that area, they tend to be a little bit more handsy and flippy through impact because they're not strong enough to rotate. So with strength, I will say right now, with strength comes rotation, and there's more face control. So strength is a good thing. Being able to stay in your posture and be flexible and not early extend, all that kind of stuff is a really big aspect. But hopefully you guys did see a progression. That's my main goal. Seeing where I started, obviously I had a good teacher, and that's one thing that helped me not make a lot of huge mistakes. My dad, of course. But that's one thing that I recommend to all you guys out there is get a coach. Whether you guys are watching Good Labs, that can help you a ton. But lessons are a huge thing, and making sure you start with the right fundamentals so you don't have to break those later on. Because if you start doing the wrong stuff right away, you're gonna have to constantly be correcting yourself, moving on and moving forward. So you don't wanna be doing that, guys. But hopefully you did enjoy today's video. If you did, slap that like button. I really appreciate all the support, and yeah, I'm just really grateful for all you guys. Until next time, peace out.